Yeah, I was going to. Like, shortly. Probably not. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream.
Music's playing.
That was just some music that we found on a free music website. Anyway, we are here. We are ready to make our character. So, I wanted to show you briefly that. I already have my, I always play the same character. So I'm just going to show you me making my character, just showing off the features a little bit. Do that real quick.
Our boy Gunter's here.
What up, Gunter? Being here. Hey, LOL Wendy is now hosting us. Thank you very much. Alright, let's do some brown eyes. I'm gonna do as short as possible. Food show muscle.
Are you gonna be really buff?
Small breasts. What's up?
Are you gonna be really buff?
I am the buffest with the biggest boot.
Ooh.
Alright, for the hair.
Wow, that's buff.
Gonna go for, where's it at? This one. Gonna go for a little bit of stubble here. And we're gonna go for a hairy chest.
You make your legs tiny and your upper body this huge so you can be like an upside down Dorito.
Just so I can be the opposite of myself in real life. Alright, and now it is time to enter it's time to enter the world. Oh no. That's insufficient permissions. Ouch.
Alright, hang on a second. Bobby's resetting something behind the scenes, so he may have...
Alright.
We're sorting out some technical issues because your account didn't get updated in the database, so just give me 1 second.
Not a big deal. We'll be in the world in just
so yeah, we got Renfail here with us, of course, and John, right? Drinden?
Yeah, Drinden here. Good to see you guys.
Appreciate you guys coming to do this with us.
Very happy to.
We've been hyping this up in our stream for the entire 2 weeks that we've been streaming.
That's awesome. Sure had a lot of fun last weekend with the first weekend of the alpha testing going on, so it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, one of our followers, he's our brother too, but Humanoid, he played the entire weekend. Yeah, it seems. I think he played, how long did you play? Seamus, you played for like 12 hours on Friday or something like that?
Yeah, he definitely played for like at least 30 hours for the whole thing.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even get that high.
He came to me and he said, "What should I get for my 3rd mastery?" And I said, "You'll never have enough money to do that anyway, so don't worry about it." And he said, "I already do."
That's funny.
He knows how to work it. We're just
Now I know Theater Elf. Thank you very much.
I'm just kidding. We know.
Go ahead and try now. Arvis.
All right, give me. Oh, I pressed create again.
It's all good. We're just sorting out the permissions because we don't want.
Still says it's.
Hang on.
You might
What
have
happened-
to log out, log in.
Yeah, you might just have to log out real quick and log back in. What's happening, so everybody watching, is we have a separate permission tier for the streamers, and Arvizik's account for some reason hadn't been flagged until about 10 minutes before we started. And I updated it on the website, but it's not updated in the database, so we're trying to get that sorted real quick. Because Himvar's in the game because he was already set up.
I'm here. Worked.
Just like my name comes first.
We are
and Bar
entering
9
the
is
White
also
Mist foothills.
Okay.
Oh, you're so small.
Hember's already here, waiting for us.
Hey, old chat.
This is Theagle's mirror, right?
Nah, it's
No.
Lincoln's Rest.
Hey, hello.
Read
it's
the
here.
text.
Oh,
Yeah.
good point. As your boat arrives at the edge of the sleepy, edge of the edge of the sleepy
it's
village
quite
of
the
Fenton's
size.
Rest in the White Mist foothills, you catch the faint scene of wood fire smoke combined with a hint of evergreen from the hills surrounding to the east. The mountains of mist loom above, a hulking giant looking over the entire valley.
We're
The White
currently
Mist River
working
is
on
calmer
music
here. A
for
natural
Fingerless Mirror right now,
finger of
which is
land
quite
that gently
exciting.
slopes down the water's edge looks as though it is
What's the name of the
settlement. A non-discrepant man is
James Stratton Crowley.
standing on the docks in front of you, waving
Hi
at you
guys,
disembark.
do you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
there we go.
Awesome,
Thanks for that host.
of course.
Alright, so
So
we're
low
gonna
with an H this time.
talk to an NPC here. Should you give us our first quest? It just explains how to interact with the NPCs. And
Okay, let's see. So who's in chat? Oh, roll
there's
call.
our chat option.
Okay.
Drew.
Greetings, stranger. I'm Doc Master Bryant. What brings you to
We got
Fenton's Rest? I heard the mayor was looking for
Urnvale,
adventurers to
Alola,
help the town.
Arzek, Hemba.
The man nods his head, his eyes searching your face. Indeed, Mayor.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Pronounced
Welcome,
Johann.
welcome.
It's
Mayor.
pronounced what?
Tim wrote this quest, so you're gonna have to ask him.
What? Wait,
Is the
hang
mayor's
on.
name Johann?
Yeah,
Alright.
I don't care how you pronounce it.
Always on the lookout for folks as you can lend a hand to making our
Yeah,
village a
human
better
I keep-
place
I
to call
think
home.
was
It's honest
saying
work and that
Johann.
breeds honest folk.
Yeah,
Kindness
I
pays for it.
probably pronounce it differently depending on what day of the week it is.
Not city wages, but it's fair.
I do that with the Aiden Than. Sometimes it's the Aiden Than, sometimes it's the Auden Than. So
Yeah.
Alright, so everyone, this is
Other than it's a garden.
your chance to pick your first master.
You heard it here, it's correct.
I decide.
We've already decided
yeah.
as a group that I'm going to go with Blade Dancer. That's
And for
what I
those of
know
you who are
best.
not from the Saga of Lucimia community, and who are here because of HNA Live, this is the Saga of Lucimia. So it's a early access MMORPG developed by Stormhaven Studios. We're gonna be showing off a little bit today. These guys have joined as part of our content creator affiliate program. Everything you see is in an alpha state, so I'd like to just reiterate that to people who might be tuning in for the first time. So you're going to see some graphical anomalies, probably some grammar and spelling errors here and there, some bugs here and there, which we're going to talk about as we get deeper into things. The updates are not in, so we're playing on the same build that was from this weekend. We literally just patched. The dev server is actually being patched while we play right now, so yeah, we're still playing on the same build from the weekend, which means aggro's going to be busted, so that's going to be a little fun, but we'll cover that when we get to it.
Can't wait to pull
Come
on.
on, Musri. Feel free to invite me in your group.
Sure. Finish talking.
Make sure not to hit Aaron this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and not die to Aaron. Where is Aloha? Flash invite.
And welcome everyone in the chat. We got, let's see, Karth, Gunter, Coco, Matrix here. Let's see, IMAFK, or they call him Llama, I think.
You could just also do a / invite as well. You don't have to actually run around.
Yeah, I
right
just couldn't
click on
remember
her.
what her name was. I tried
Oh,
Aloha,
gotcha.
but it didn't work.
Oh yeah, of course, because I had to put an H.
Yeah. Hey,
It's
thank
my
you for the
second
follow. Appreciate that. Alright, so we're gonna attack our the dummy here. I assume, you know, everyone knows how to do that, but you're gonna click on it, or you can tab, I believe, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then auto attack is, I don't even know how to say this word. Tilde? Tilde?
It's the tilde key. Yeah.
There you go.
You can also click the button to the left of the hotbar.
Yep, right down here as well. The auto attack button. Alright, I'm gonna turn auto attack off before I talk to this guy, I hope. I don't know if I'm doing it.
You can also click the little sword there to turn combat off completely
There we go.
out of combat stance.
Alright, and then talk to Erin again. She should offer our second match.
If you got the update from the dummy, yeah.
Hit the dummy and get our second match. Erin here.
And don't forget to
we only
equip your
discussed
abilities.
Sorry?
Don't forget to equip your abilities too.
Sure. We only discussed our my first mastery. Do you guys care which one I take for a second one? I went with survival before.
What was the first one you picked?
Blade Dancer.
It really doesn't matter. If you're gonna only go Blade Dancer, I can't remember if that's a strength based or a dexterity based.
I think it's strength.
It is strength.
I'd just go with I think is it Rage that's also a strength based? No, that's
Rage,
Berserker.
yeah.
Berserker.
Berserker?
Yeah, go with Berserker because that'll give you in some more strength bonus for damage.
Sure. Alright, let's confirm that.
No, hang on a second. Is it brutality? I'm thinking of the wrong one. It doesn't really matter. Berserker or brutality. Either one of those adds strength. So.
Sure. I went
Yeah,
with Berserker.
brutality.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna
You
go
gotta
up here to our
talk-
codex and to
you
our
gotta go-
masteries.
Talk to what's his face afterwards. Yeah, do that.
We're going to move our abilities onto our hotbar from here. Each mastery has their own abilities. As of right now, there's just 3 for each one. Unlocked at, I believe, level 10 and then 20.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start with 1, obviously. Goes onto a bar. You have unlocked. It's also where your quests are kept. At the rite of passage. In our backpack, I should have my sword. I'm picking Blade Dancer.
It's writ of passage.
I apologize, it's writ.
And then you can put your two-handed crushing weapon in your secondary.
Okay.
And
You
then
switch that with
that's
Alt-C.
no, it's just X.
Oh, just
Switches
X,
between
okay.
stances. Yep.
Well,
And then
Alt-C is
that'll switch you. That'll switch you between your Blade Dancer and Berserker weapon styles.
Cool.
And that's something actually that there was a little bit of confusion over the weekend. Some people were saying, "Well, I've got a sword and a shield equipped, and I also have a sword equipped in my alternate. You know, I've got a sword and a shield, right? And I've got duelist and I've got knight. Why can't I use all of the abilities at the same time?" And you got to think of it like these are stances. So if you could think of a duelist, like someone who's fencing, you don't have anything in your offhand when you're fencing. Typically your hand is to the side or slightly back and you're using it to balance as you fence. And it's a one-handed stance. Now when you have a shield in play, now your offhand is occupied and that shield is up in front of you and you're no longer doing dancing around and fencing. You're hunkered behind the shield. So you can think about it that way. All the stances that we have in the game have their own, they all have their own unique weapon and offhand requirements. But you can think of them as just stances. So even though you might have a weapon that's suitable for multiple stances, you have to be in the stance that you want to be using the abilities for anytime you want to use those abilities.
Nice. That's That's interesting because that allows you to pick so many different mastery. Have way different combinations than anybody else.
Mhm.
Cool. Alright, I've talked to the Dock Master for the second time and got his signature. Now I gotta deliver it to Johan.
Man, you're really short.
And I'm really short.
So I think, I don't want to say everyone should be asking a ton of questions, but I think if you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the chat.
Yep, I'll read them as I see them.
Yeah, does anybody have any questions? I know Gunter's been on the edge about this game. We've been talking to him about it for...
Did you guys go back to Bryant before running up the hill?
Yes.
Yes.
I always
almost
forget
forgot.
that part.
Yeah, and I'm watching the stream, so I know there's a delay, so it's like,
I almost forgot, but I remember.
Yeah, the first time I just ran up the hill completely, and I was like, I guess Johan doesn't want to talk to me. But
No, and long term, all of this will be populated. Just right now, it's not, because we're keeping it low population for the moment for performance until we get everything, all the kinks worked out. And then we will start to add NPCs in here and flavor text so that the journey up to the mayor isn't quite so barren.
are most of these buildings gonna be open as well? and-
Some of them will be, yes.
Okay.
They're
Yeah,
closed at the
very
moment.
Very
Yeah, they're
pretty.
closed at the moment because of we got some
Camera
camera
issues.
issues with third-person camera getting caught on the rafters and stuff. So sort that out.
Dark Souls had some... where it would readjust and push you off of ledges and stuff.
Whoa.
Maybe that bad.
Oh yeah.
Nothing that bad yet on our end.
Going this way.
Yep.
Can't remember. I only
Yeah,
made
I-
this run once. I
Got
died
my
and
own
gave
workout
up.
for the day. I'm going up that hill. What, really? Oh, you hit Aaron, you mean?
Yep.
No, you have to been up here. You're over the banner. Yes.
After this, we proceeded past.
Oh, you mean up to the mayor? Okay,
Yep.
you just went straight.
Yeah, that's a good question. How is everyone in the chat doing? Hope you're all as excited as we are to do this.
Yes. Much hype.
Hopefully everybody's quarantined,
Yeah.
staying safe.
Stay inside.
Come and watch.
Watch him bar and Arbizet.
That was speaking of quarantine. That was one question that we did forget to ask last week that Doctrine had wanted to ask.
Sure.
Was about the potential likelihood of conventions or a fan fest or something.
Ella and I did a Mondays in MMORPG episode about that a couple months ago. It was one of the more recent episodes we did. Yeah, not gonna happen at the moment. Just because it costs a shitload of money to put one of those on. And you need to be able to guarantee that you're going to have at least 500 people in attendance to be able to justify renting out a convention center and etc.
Yeah.
So we're not at the point where we have that kind of clout to pull in 500 people who want to pay extra money to travel somewhere and to pay for tickets and plane tickets and hotels and food and hotels and everything else. So it's something we'll definitely probably do. But I'd like to point out, I think we talked about this in the Mondays in MMORPG episode, Path of Exile, I think. They just had their very first fanfare in New Zealand this last year. And it took them 6 years from launch until they had a big enough audience to justify a fan fest. And they have millions of players. So you gotta think about that way. It's putting on a fan festival is a big deal.
But you're already doing the right things to help this to have happen one day by streaming and sharing to your communities about all.
Yep, every bit counts.
Yeah, I assume it takes quite a long time. I know, up until recent years, RuneFest for Cape wasn't even too successful, and Cape is a huge...
Is Himvar stuck at the fire?
I think he might have disconnected.
Okay.
That's offline. I love LAN parties too, actually. I haven't had one in recent years, but we were younger. I was there all the time. All my birthday parties were LAN parties.
That's awesome. I go to a pretty big one once a year, just a bunch of guys from my hometown, and they're all over the country now, but we all get together, like 50 of us, once a year in good old Minnesota, and we LAN it up. It's super fun.
He must, yeah, he just disconnected from Discord, so whatever he's got going on is it's not a network issue on our end, it's something for him.
We were wondering how my internet would do with both of us here.
Yeah.
You got your answer.
Yeah, not too well. But he texted, he said he's hopping back on it.
No worries.
So, what are the plans right now?
Whatever you guys want to do.
Alright, wow.
There's a couple of quest lines we could work on. We can really do anything at this point. It's mostly just, I think this is the first time you guys have done a stream, so it's kind of a chance to just show it off to your community, and if there's any questions from people.
Yeah, cool. Alright, well, what I did last time was kill some bunnies. Go talk to Aiden, where's he at?
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Kumar. There's actually 2 quests down here for these 2 NPCs. So you can pick them up, pick them both up.
Alright. I think I ever did these. Right? I just pressed H to hail him. Whoops.
Perfect.
Yeah, eventually that'll get in.
Playing too much EverQuest. Alright. Can I help you?
Is there such thing as too much EverQuest?
No, there's not.
We cut our teeth on that thing.
Richard and his wife have actually been playing retail recently.
Nice. I think if I go back when I have more time in my life, it'll probably just be to P99.
I bought a copy of Titanium Edition just so I could play that.
Yeah, same here.
It's yeah, I think we've done P99 4 or 5 times since 2014. Like every 18 months we go.
Exciting. Want to play? Let me know next time we're doing it.
I don't know that we actually will again, because we're getting close enough to our game launching that I don't think we'll have time.
Alright, well.
Anyone in the chat who wants to play?
Yeah, anyone in the chat want to play Project 1999? Alright, I've got my 2 quests here. Yeah, Boreal. Group content, that's what's fun about these games for me.
Maybe invite Rentvale and Drindin in the group.
Of course.
Also.
Where is his name?
She said
Brendan?
maybe. It was just a suggestion. I'm not sure.
You can right-click on my name in the chat and invite me that way.
Oh, there you
I
are.
threw an OC in there.
I did not know you could do that. I can't right click on your name and
I think only the group leader.
yeah.
I did it. It worked. Amazing.
But my GM commands, but
We're all learning new features. Just let us know.
all right. So did you pay attention to the quest dialogue? They gave you
Vaguely,
some
I know
instruction.
one of them was something about food. I gotta seek out.
Good
Oh yeah, I
job,
remember this
Barza.
one. There's in the bandit camps is for Aiden, and then I have not done Gildan's though.
Gildan.
I need to seek out Gildan the Hunter at the guard tower north of. How am I supposed to know? I didn't take survival.
So this is something I talked about in the stream we did on our channel a couple weeks ago. The zones are all laid out in cardinal directions, so the sun and moon operate just like they do in our world. So if you do the /time function and then check where the sun is at, you can find out the direction that way. Also, if you pay attention to the quest dialogue, for example, the guy on the docks told you that the foothills are to the east, and the only mountains that we can see are over here to the right of us, which would generally suggests that east must be to the right of us, therefore north is ahead of us. And this guy just gave you instructions to go north, keeping the river on your left.
Sure.
So even though there's no mini map, there will always be instructions given to you from NPCs to either dictate landmarks to you or give you some frame of reference to know which way you need to be heading. Also, the Survival Mastery has a sense heading ability in it, so you can actually eventually work that up high enough to where which way you're.
Yeah. If you're
And
anything
if
like
all
me,
of this, and if everything fail, you can ask people for direction, and they will help you.
Sure will. I remember the last session I was playing Saturday, I think, and I didn't have that much time, but I spent the entire time just looking for someone that was in our group that had gotten lost.
At some point, I gave up with defense heading. I just decided I would be lost.
Are you still logging in, Himbar?
Yes.
Okay. No worries. It still said you were offline, so I was checking.
Yeah, I should hopefully be in about a minute or two.
Yeah, so Theater Elf says at 43 it still doesn't work for direction. When does it do that?
Maybe you're just directionally challenged. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
make
me.
a star chart or something.
Hey, it says it's
No,
August 12th. Day
It
after my
gets
birthday.
nice. It gets more accurate as it goes up, but there's a chance to fail, always
Of course.
with dice rolls.
You can
Yeah.
always roll a 1.
Or like real life.
Or if you're in it, you'll roll a 1 every time. Or something close to it. I guess that's bad rolls.
I'd like to shout out Kusiga. He we pulled aggro on a bear on Friday, and I got one shot by it, and Kusiga came up. It was the only person we ran past a group of people by the fork in the road where the bandit camp is, and Kusiga was the only one that got up and tried to help.
The homie. Look at some of these here. So the AC I noticed when I was playing, it lowers higher as well. What is that about? Why does that happen?
This is armor class, so all different armor types have different armor classes. So cloth, leather, chain, and plate are your very basic, and that's what we're working with right now. Long term, when we get in when we start actually working on crafting, there will be bone armor, wood armor, scale armor, all kinds of different types of materials that you can use to create armor types.
Yeah, and you can also look at the shield on the right of your nameplate. That shows kind of the current state of your equipment. So the reason that it will lower is because as you're absorbing damage or deflecting damage, that damage goes to your armor. So as your armor degrades, that shield is going to degrade, and you're gonna start taking more damage per hit.
Okay.
Well, that's also why if you turn around and look at the there's a blacksmith behind you. He'll heal, not heal. What am I saying? Heal. He will repair damage to your armor, and it's proportionate. So the more damage you take, and the more damage your items are, the more expensive it is to repair things. And long term, blacksmiths, there will be some in town, but also crafters will be able to repair armor in the field. And typically what's going to happen is blacksmiths will, the actual player character blacksmiths will be able to repair armor to a higher value or etc. than a town-based one.
I assume it's
Still
all
work in
done
progress.
with-
Yeah, right now it's all done with money because it's literally just the functionality part. Hemvar, what's
Yeah,
up?
where are you?
So the game crashed and it was like not letting me back in, so it was like it wasn't launching the launcher, so I was just trying to figure that out.
see that we have 30 viewers right now. That's more than we've ever had, so thanks everybody for being here. We appreciate that. I see that RFP84 has a question in the chat. Thanks for the follow, Casino.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yes. So the better, you know, I could give you a brief answer, but the better answer to that question is going to be to go over to our forums. There's a huge section on crafting. There's a whole bunch of threads on crafting. We're not divulging the entirety of the crafting system at the moment because we have it. It's very basic in alpha. Crafted gear in this game is the best gear in the game, other than magical. So until you get magical gear, you're going to be relying on crafted gear. And if you ever played EverQuest 1, crafted gear can last you 6-8 months, maybe even a year, depending on how frequently you play. But you won't be replacing crafted gear until you get into some of the higher end dungeons. So, yes.
I'll have to find
And the
out
other part of
crafting.
that too is that crafting is it's a good way to make money, but it's also a good way to help out, you know, your teammates, because yes, you'll be able to repair your stuff in town, but if you're way out in the woods and you have a blacksmith with you, they can they can repair your armor as well.
I'm not looking at it right now, but I guess based off what you were saying a few minutes ago about AC, I'm just basic question is it like 5th edition AC or is it like
No, it's like
AD&D?
second. It's more like. No, it's going to be more like 5th edition actually, because I wrote all this for 2nd edition, but it doesn't actually work like a THACO system. So
That's
you're not
nice.
doing positive and negative. It's all just
Yeah.
positive. So, like if you Arvizek, if you open yours up again, I think you have 5 armor class right now because you're in cloth.
Yep.
When you get leather, I don't remember what the leather value is, but I think leather you'll get like 15. Chainmail is like 20, 25. Plates like 25, 30, something around there. So the armor class values go up based on what you're wearing.
And you said that armor can absorb damage?
It does. The way armor class works is it's literally just taking the damage that's coming. I mean, there's a lot of things going on behind the rules, but that's a part of it. Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of like
damage that
soak into
so
the Empire.
somebody had a screenshot actually that they shared in the alpha forums where the mob hit them for 50, but they
Wow.
only took like 1 point something points of damage, and that's because their armor literally absorbed those 49 points of damage.
That's crazy.
I would be mad if I was that
Consequently,
mob.
though, their repair bill is going to be massive.
Yeah. Give me 50 gold.
Well, why don't we go ahead and we can head down into the valley while Hammer's sorting out and pick up Drennan, because it
Yes.
sounds like you're having some internet issues at the house there, which is probably affecting things.
Yeah. It's
Taking
okay,
a
you
look
can
at
leave
that
me.
beautiful bridge over there.
'Tis a thing to behold.
I spent
I
like
will-
3 hours trying to get over there.
And I'll cheat a little bit if Himbar can ever get in. I'll just
We'll
summon into us.
Yeah.
That was cool.
So are we going to the left here?
Well, he said go, just keep the river to your left. So yeah, just follow the path down here.
Oh, wait, let me see. How do you pronounce, what's magic called? It's like Chai or, I don't know.
Oh,
the
the chai.
Minatha?
No, the chai. It's chai. It's there's a yes, it gets cut off. There's a chai.
Oh, okay.
And the relics of Minatha. Yeah.
Hey, Deviator,
But-
thanks for stopping by. I hope you, he's one of our viewers. Hope you like what you see and you might be a little interested in the game. I don't know if Humanoids is still here if you want to post that link. We've been talking to these same, like, 5 people for a long time.
Nice. Yeah, Kasuga. I think like I said, I think chain I think it maxes out at like 25 or something if you have a full set of chain. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Cool.
Yeah, I got kind of a hodgepodge of leather and chain at this point from my adventures last weekend.
Well, Deviator, we're actually, it's not out yet. I don't know if Renfield wants to explain that a little better than me.
No, it's not out. We're in stage 3 of alpha. Stage 3 kicked off on April 3rd, which was last Friday. Stage 2 was all of last year, basically from April of last year to April of this year. Stage 2 was closed. It was all internal alpha, and then we opened up the pre-order store on March 18th to get a whole new round of testers in for stage 3, which is what we're currently working on. And then we've got about a year, perhaps a little more than a year, of stage 3, and then we're going to be rolling into beta after this. So if you guys are interested and you want to join, you can click on the link that Hambar and Arzavek have down beneath in their description text. It is an affiliate link, so if you guys decide that you're interested in the game, you can purchase it through their affiliate link, and they get a commission off of that, which will help them out as streamers. But you can click the link, and that'll take you over to our website, and you guys can research and dig into our game, ask questions as you desire. That's what you're here for. We're going to be doing, I think we did a Q&A last week, didn't we?
We did.
So we'll be doing stuff with these guys, 2-3 times, possibly 4 times a month, like maybe once a week. It just kind of depends on the schedule and things.
That'd be
And
great.
if you like us that much.
Yeah. And if people want to stop by, or, if people
It also
want to
just
see it.
depends too on what we have going on, because we might not have anything that we want to show this week, or we might be in the middle of doing some major bug fixes, and so we might need to wait till the following.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
looks like Hembar's back, so
yes.
guess what's gonna happen?
We're going to fight bandits.
Cheater. Spell your name right.
There he is.
Oh man. Wow, is that what it feels like?
So exhilarating.
Don't throw
Write that one
up.
down.
The extreme vertigo kicks in.
Yeah.
Throw
Dear
up.
diary, today I was teleported.
And I was miserably ill for the next 30 minutes.
Oh.
I want to see Arvizek lead us.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
It's gonna go well.
Yeah,
I
'cause
don't know.
You were supposed to read texts and stuff to figure things out, so.
Well, I read vaguely where to go. I think we're going the wrong way, actually, but I want to attack something. Let's do this.
Arzavek is challenge roll.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys, the people who watch the stream know that I am brash. I'll say brash. I like to just do it,
Okay, let's see. So wait, who's tanking?
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
So far, seeming to keep aggro.
There we go.
Yeah, so the issue is not that aggro is broken. The issue is that from this past weekend, for those who are watching who tested with us, the mob AI behavior was a little broken and a little borked this week. So it's not that things were broken, it's just that there's some issues with the mob AI going on where they run to the last person on their list and ignore everybody else, and if that person is continuing to get aggro, then it becomes a challenge. But as long as everybody pays attention, Drendon should be able to control the flow of combat.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah, that's
So can Arvizek, can I have you open your inventory real quick?
Sure.
And then down, you'll see the 2 different weapon. There's a primary and a secondary. In the middle of your secondary, click that circle there. Right in the middle. Yeah.
Oh, the chain?
Yeah, right click there. Not the chain,
Oh, right
the
here.
circle. Where the sword is.
Oh, and do.
Yeah, Berserker. There you go. So your 2-handed mace will do the hack ability now. When you go into combat, if you've got the secondary equipped, you can use the hack. If you switch over to Blade Dancer with X,
Sure.
then you can use your slash. So
Okay. Hey, Kusiga, I got Titanium Edition with the manual and everything for $7 at my local game store.
Holy shit, did you really?
I really did, and they had 2
Yeah,
copies.
How did
there's-
you?
Wow.
yeah, 2
I
copies.
cannot believe you scored that, because it's
that's
like
a lucky find.
Yeah, that is a lucky find.
That's what
Try
I
ordering
told
that sucker
him.
online these days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
anything
looking
on
at
my
$70
eBay.
at least or so.
Yeah, anything on eBay or beyond is gonna be like 75, $80 minimum. Wow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You got a score,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to get the second copy, and I did. Well, he actually bought it for me, and I paid him back then. But
Yeah. There was 2 copies there for $7. No, it didn't have a coin or anything. It just had the manual and then the. But still,
all like what 5 discs or whatever it was.
yeah. Should we go off the path here? I'm scared.
You do what you want to do. I don't know what Ella was doing. She's.
Well, I do remember that the quest said
She's a
to
free
go
spirit.
keep going north to the river's edge, right? But
But there's a
We'll
stag.
just follow you, man. You just do.
There's this
I'm
stuff.
so bad at this. You guys are embarrassing me.
Don't worry about it. We'll just follow you.
I think you're embarrassing yourself.
I know I'm
Yeah,
embarrassing
I
myself.
wanted to bring it to you,
Oh, well, I'm
Oh,
trying to
no.
catch up to it.
Junji.
We're killing stags. This is epic Saga of Lucimia.
But we got a boar too.
Mezzing the boar.
Okay.
Right, hit the right button. Okay. But nobody's attacking the boar, so I guess I'm not.
My bad.
This is how we fail at this more.
This is
This is.
this is who I am. Alright, well, I'm
Whereas
gonna
like
go this
we were
way.
playing, we were doing the faction quest in Miriak on EverQuest 2, and we figured out that if we had to collect these things, and we figured out if we click at the same time, we both get it. And he would just sometimes go up and just click it without.
Forgot. Alright, doesn't look like there's anything over this way. I don't know.
Oh, to be a miner.
Couple copper nodes. I should have picked up mining.
I saw
Yep.
those.
Oh, and there's some flat
Yeah.
cotton.
Yeah, it's a nice looking cotton.
I
That's
didn't
what we're gonna
grab
do.
any harvesting.
Me either. Shoot.
I'm here to
I
kill
actually,
boars.
I came this way when I was leaving. I logged out near the bandit camp over here actually the other day, and I walked back to Finton's Rest, like along the river. So
Sorry, theater elf.
Be careful to not fall in the water
So
here.
scared. Oh,
are
man.
there sharks in the water?
Is this more ore?
Mm-hmm. Kicking myself right about now. Want to make one of those bronze shields. So juicy.
do you have a third mastery, Jimmy?
I do. Right now I'm rage,
Oh.
night, and performance. Yeah, don't go that way.
Oh, not good.
Well, remember, Colin, that a couple weeks ago we did this, and we went to the bandits. I mean, there was like a wagon.
Yeah. Alright, well, I guess we're climbing back up. I don't know where I am.
Look at that. This is what adventure is.
Hey, that's my favorite thing. Just running around.
Half the game is exploring, right? So
Am I even gonna be able to
Yeah.
climb up this?
That might be too steep of a grade, the brown part. You can probably get up right here. Nope.
Oh.
Yeah,
No,
gonna
we'll
have
figure it out.
fun.
We'll figure it out. Do it. I got us in a pickle.
Pickles taste good, at least.
I like pickles.
Confirm.
I like
Brendan
spicy
likes
pickles.
pickles.
We used to go to the pub and have a beer and deep fried
no.
pickles.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, I love fried pickles.
I like getting
I have
the
some-
wings. Oh!
I don't think I've ever had fried pickles.
I got up right here. I had to like go along that ridge though as much as possible. It's a little point if you see it.
Okay,
like-
yeah, on the right hand side of that ridge there, yeah.
Fellowship.
The fellowship. Are you Pippin?
I kind of seems that way.
You can only imagine what they would have done if Pippin was leading them. Okay, guys, we're eating bacon.
Oh, man.
Wait, should I keep on going up? Are we going this way?
Maybe
I'm
you should lead the
following
way.
you.
I mean,
He's
yeah.
got quests to get the books, so.
Yeah, I know where the book is. I don't remember how to get there, but I know where it is.
That seems a little paradoxical.
No, I don't remember how to get there, but when I'm there, I'll know where it is.
Okay, well, I'm not seeing anything, so I can only go back to the road.
Probably should have stayed there in the first place. Yo, Jinden is the largest person
A giant among men.
Yup.
His beard flowed down his chest.
A giant among children.
And I get
Like a
that in
waterfall of hair.
Oh,
Dirty
AFK.
medieval carpet.
That's right.
Like a
What about your-
tapestry of manliness.
What about your armpits? What it looks like?
Nice.
Okay.
Tapestry of manliness.
Oh, there's a boar.
Oh, well, Kusiga, make sure you come back quick.
Looks like it's on the room. Not anymore.
Break it.
Oh, there's another boar too.
I'm mezzing this one. Please do not
Okay,
touch
I
the
won't
second
attack
one.
it right now.
Where's
Okay.
Alola?
So now you can attack it.
Okay.
Oh, there's more cotton over here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna taunt him. I'm not gonna attack, so you can get more skills off. Nope,
Okay.
he dead.
Oh, rest in peace.
Alright.
Yeah, I find you again.
Oh, welcome back.
Oh, by the way, guys, let me introduce you. Crossroads. This is how this place has been designed by the players during this weekend.
Oh, they
Crossroads,
dubbed
yeah.
us the Crossroads.
Yeah,
I
it's really
love
big stuff.
Yeah, this is called Crossroad. Then you have backpack.
Backpack Hill.
Oh, Mythmaker says it looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Why,
very
thank
much.
you.
He also
We're trying
wants to know
hard.
if we're practicing social distancing.
This is the wagon, remember I was there?
It's
Yeah,
only
I-
the responsible thing to do.
Yes.
Know where we are.
I work at a grocery store, so I try as much as I can.
That's where I put
Oh.
tires over there.
Got an ad coming in.
Oh boy.
Oh wow. That's good aggro right there.
I'm slowing down.
Ooh.
Let's see, one of the archer abilities slows too, doesn't it?
Yep.
Which one?
Oh,
Is
I
it
don't
wounding
think
shot?
it slows.
Oh, crippling shot. I mean, okay, yeah.
Hey.
But it says you can't force a gust of wind, slowing your target.
Arrowhead?
Oh, ad.
Oh. Ow. Now I'm heavy.
I remember when we only had gear to fight for some of the builds.
That was a long time ago. Yeah.
Hey,
Buckler. Who needs a
Oh,
buckler?
I want to see if that's better than my shield.
I'm gonna breathe.
Another
It's the same. I will pass since I already have one. Someone can sell it. Looks like
Oh,
a
there's a bar
boar.
over here right
Yeah,
there.
I'll get it in a second. Just ignore it.
Okay. I will do that. How are we doing on health? Yeah, we're you're a little squishy.
I could use a little rest after this.
Yeah, I got bind wounds, so come on.
Just
Leather
need some
gloves.
stamina.
We got this boar still. How
Yeah,
long is it Mez? No. Mez probably depends on how well you cast it, right?
nope, not at the moment.
Okay.
Persists at the moment.
Up
Okay.
to 31V. What is up, everybody? Hope everyone's
Hello,
enjoying Saga
everyone.
of Lucimia.
I'm medding up a minute. I've got no stamina, so I need to take a break.
Yeah, same. I won't be able to taunt.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see. Let's see if I'm gonna find your wounds so I can get my anatomy up.
Got a brand new pair of gloves.
Nice.
Wow.
Like drink.
Yes. Slowly you will become the Hulk.
Exciting. I'll be the shortest Hulk of all time. You're almost as
You
tall
may
as
be
me
the
sitting
shortest,
down.
but you're our Hulk.
Alright, well that's all I need. You didn't miss anything, Kasiga. We killed 3 bandits and a boar. I think that's it.
And got lost in the woods.
And, well, yeah, we got lost in the woods a little bit. I don't really want to talk about that.
Hey,
something.
it's all part of the adventure.
What am I?
Oh, guys, I see a backpack. Let's see what. Yeah. But this is not a backpack hill, in case you were wondering.
Who lost their backpack?
Anyone in chat?
Nefer.
Poor guy. Did anybody say rest in peace to Nefer?
Put an F in the chat.
F in the chats for Nefer.
So can you get like a? I know you can get. What is? I keep on forgetting what it's called. Like wounds.
We got some-
Yeah.
And then you can get that for stamina too. Is it?
Yes,
fatigue?
battle
Fatigue.
Battle
Battle
fatigue
fatigue,
is for stamina. Battle fatigue is a
Okay.
little different because it's applied the same way, or excuse me, it affects your stamina pool the same way, but it's applied in a much different way. Instead of being traumatic things through combat, it's just applied over time. So the longer you're out adventuring, it just accrues over time, and eventually it gets to the point where it's like, maybe I should take a break. It's kind of our way of saying, hey, take a bio, like
Wait.
go do some jumping jacks, like maybe log out for a little bit. You don't need to sit here for 14 hours.
You hear that? Humanoid?
RFP had a question. He said, resting is a big part of the game. Will there be any kind of clarity spells to regen stamina faster, or does it only recover while sitting at camps?
It's at campfires only at campfires for the moment.
Here's another bag here.
Yeah, we got Neferial and Nefer.
So
Wait,
yeah, hold up. Somebody's gonna need to pull back from that camp. We didn't
yeah.
know.
Is it easier to pull from like the side, like through the woods? I know it's
No,
like those
because-
dangerous ones, but
Yeah, it's the issue is if you try to pull up the hill, you have to run up the hill, and you slow down when you run up the hill.
But
So
we've
you
got
wanna-
aggro here.
you're right.
I do remember.
I
you
don't
telling us
know
that
how
the
that
Q&A
happened.
Really, Alola. Oh, is he coming towards me? Look at that.
Apparently, I don't have aggro yet.
I think that's because I used the
Did I kill him?
golden shot. I think that.
Yeah, you
Both-
put a dot on it.
Both
Yeah, we both killed together.
Dots are deadly.
Getting a
And
roll
there's
plus
another
4 plus
bag.
advantage is the best. That's true. Or yeah, and then you kill them all, and then they all respawn at the same time. Gotta do it again.
Well, that can't happen in our game because
Oh.
everything spawns dynamically, so there is
Cool.
no set respawn timer.
That's good.
It's specifically done to avoid players setting up camps.
No, was that a spin attack? Brendan?
Sorry, and I'm not paying attention.
Just a taunt.
Oh, we got
That was
hard X
excellent.
bags.
Want me to stab someone?
And nobody.
Thank you for the heals.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention because I'm answering chat. So
That's F.
I'll be honest. I find the combat very like. I find it the right speed. Hard to say.
it's a good speed if you enjoy like the EverQuest style of
Yeah.
gameplay.
He always says that EverQuest 2 is too fast paced.
It didn't used to be. When EverQuest 2 launched, it was a much different game than it is today, and it was a lot slower paced.
I
I
don't know.
really
Just
like
the
how
when I,
slow EverQuest 1 is. Like, it's really,
yeah.
for me, it's really nice.
When I blaze through my like hotkeys though, I mean like, if anyone watches just me streaming, I get distracted super easily. And I'm just like, oh, it's easier when the combat's slower. I mean, it matters more what I'm doing, but I feel like I can do that rather than just, oh, I'm dying. That's cool. I'm not gonna die. Let me just press 2 real quick. Like, and that's how I feel like when I play like Guild Wars 2 recently. So I mean, but don't get me wrong, I like the game. A lot. But there's like
Yeah.
all these belongings.
EverQuest 1, you don't even get very. Like, oh, that's a good question, actually. Are we going to be able to have more hotbars in this game, or is it unnecessary?
It's just gonna be this. That's all it's gonna be is the one.
Like that. I kind of like the spell gem
Me too.
idea that EverQuest.
It's all about choice. You might have 70 abilities in your book.
Oh, we got
But-
aggro on 2 of them.
Yeah, I mean it's like a caster in D&D.
All right, so focus on the outlaw. I'm gonna mez the bandit. I'm gonna mez both of these. Hold on. I'm mezzing the bandit, and I'm also mezzing the outlaw that's coming into camp right. And your heals are just gonna have to wait. I apologize.
What would we do without our
LOL.
nether over here?
Oh,
Oh,
I forgot.
Hold tight.
heals.
Hold tight. Hold tight. Heal ink on Eloa.
Oh man, Renfail is
I've drank a
Oh
potion.
no.
badass.
Okay,
Oh,
next,
okay.
next the bandit.
Yep. Take the bandit next.
Okay. It's a big boy. Got gray hair though. Call him an old man, that'll make him bite you.
Repeal incoming, and I'm gonna remez here in a second. Nope, never mind.
You got him. Ooh, he does not like you, Ren.
No, I just hit repeal. He's gonna hate me. Alright, there is a campfire here though.
Oh, there's also a hood. Sorry, I'm distracted by
How many mobs spawn in this camp, actually?
I see there's a wanderer behind the tent. I don't know where he went though.
Okay. What the book's here?
There he is.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace, Jelana.
Yeah, that's right. I taunted you.
Ooh. Ouch.
Oh,
Okay, let's see. Bind.
oh no, I don't have that requirement. What a
Wow,
car.
you got a lot of health there.
Something to work
Yeah.
towards.
Yep.
Caster HUD.
Now, there may be something that you need on that bench behind you.
Yeah, I
Over there.
remembered.
Stay still.
I got my journal, guys, for Gildan.
You're nicer than I am, Ren. I made my group last weekend look for their stuff.
Remember, guys, he doesn't really know how to read, so.
Oh my god, that's not true.
You might forget what a book looks like, too, so.
Yep.
Is that a Coca-Cola you're drinking?
Oh yes, that's all I do. I drink my Coca-Colas. Everyone in the stream knows that I like my Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I saw something.
Cheers, mate. You should see my kitchen. It's just Coke stuff.
It's all
Dude, you should
Coke
see my
stuff.
kitchen. It's all Coke stuff.
Yes!
Oh,
We
dude.
found one another.
Oh, the homie.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
also, I'm pretty sure it was on Twitter or something that he bought like a little Coca-Cola refrigerator.
Yeah, let's see if I can get it up here. Yeah, Kusiga, if anybody's got
I
me in
too
with
have
the
a small
Coca-Cola
Coke fridge.
Corporation, I want a sponsorship. Look at my mini fridge.
Oh, that's the exact. Oh, it's not the exact same one. My handle's different, but it's nearly the same.
Rainbow guys, collectors, items. Very nice.
Perfect.
Man, Drenden's my best friend.
We
That's
are.
good.
Gotta
Did
come
we
to
just
every
become
stream.
best friends?
I think we did. You gotta come to every
Yeah.
stream now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get you on here
Make
to
sure
talk
you
about wolves
follow
sometime.
so you can see me and Drenden. It's gonna be
Well,
Drenden and
done.
Arzek now. Hey, Drenden, follow.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
we brand the channel Drinden and Arvisan.
Oh, yeah, Marv.
He's a Coke friend, and that is good enough for our purposes.
It's funny because I like Pepsi, actually.
Alright, now, I believe you had another quest that asked you to continue searching the bandit camps.
Is that what it
for
wanted
the
me to
aid.
do?
Is that? I thought that one you have to guild them again.
Yes.
Is that right?
Well, the quest so the book he just got was for Guild of the Hunter.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it does want me to keep searching the bandit camps. That's the one that...
Man.
Oh, no.
I don't. Okay, I'll be completely honest. I don't even know what the term "ad" means.
An additional mob.
Oh, okay. Look at me. I'm learning things.
Sorry.
I'm such a casual player. Sometimes I swear.
A little bit of a technical...
I'm just here
Nope,
for the
that was
lore,
on my
honestly.
end. Kusiga. I apologize for that. My internet's having trouble being on Discord and 2 players in the game at once.
Yeah, we thought it'd be better if I was over here though than having the babies crying in the background.
And I am lucky because where I live, I only have cane sugar Coke.
Yeah, that is amazing.
I literally just had one. So I don't typically drink any soda, but since we're under
Same,
quarantine,
honestly.
I'm not going to the gym right now. We're just doing stuff around the house, and my wife and I have started drinking Coca-Cola since we're in quarantine. It's like, oh, screw it. Let's enjoy life a little bit for the next month.
Yeah, I don't
Life's
wanna
hard
sound
enough
like a
right now.
traitor.
You gotta enjoy the little things.
Yeah,
of
it's
course.
it's with everything going on. It's like I'm gonna loosen up a little bit and have some potato chips and some Coca-Cola.
I believe in you, Aloha.
I don't
Of
want to
course,
sound like a
Renfiel's
traitor,
old,
but
so he's got to watch himself.
Yes.
Just kidding.
cane sugar Mountain Dew is really good as well.
I would not. Yeah, see, they already saw us from all the way.
Oh boy. There
All
we
of
go, guys.
All of them? I hope not
I'm
all.
scared.
I'm not gonna do any damage to
It's a
these
start.
because,
Oh, he's coming.
He's after you.
yeah, he's after. So the way to avoid that with the way that the mob AI is currently working is just try not to shoot
Oh,
them
wow.
until they get into camp, and just let Drennan get a hold of it first, and then
Yeah.
as soon as he's got established aggro, go ahead and start your attacks then.
Yeah, Kusiga,
Yeah,
it's called
I'm really
throwback.
good.
Google it. Good.
Now, someone can go pull, but no one else should attack the mob until Drennan has a hold of it.
Aggro.
I see, I see. Oh, here it comes on.
I don't know, probably.
Got a big sword.
Of course, Eloa likes to live life dangerously.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Taunt off.
That's the only way to live life. Right?
It's also I have been thanking for the group for the war weekend, so I was fighting for my aggro for that first show.
Deviator says, I'm not a big group person. I like to do my own thing. Is that possible? Saga of Lucimia.
If you want to progress your masteries and your abilities in the game by yourself, you absolutely can. However, every single quest in the game will require you to group up with someone at some point in time. Every single quest line has multiple parts. Some parts can be done by yourself, add from behind.
Oh,
Some parts can be done by yourself. Some parts require
So-
2 or 3 people. Some people, excuse me, I'm getting sidetracked here. Some quests, excuse me, all quests require groups. Some parts can be done by yourself. Some parts can be done with a duo or a trio. Some parts require 4 to 6 players, and some parts will require full groups of 8. And the main quest line, which is the Volume 1 book quest line, will have raid components as well on top of it.
I think you'd also touched on something pretty central to our game. Our quests are more like a D&D campaign rather than just a little short. Oh, I'm gonna go in the field and kill 10 boars. Like we don't
Yeah.
have the simple things. We have the very long form adventures.
Sure.
John, you can go
Yeah.
ahead and do the polling because
Okay.
you're getting all the aggro.
I think that's something.
Well,
Quest
look,
is
how
something
he's
that
doing.
RuneScape does very well.
Yeah.
personally.
RuneScape's quests are like actual story.
Who's attacking my Mez mob?
It
was
wasn't me
on
that
me.
time.
Well, I think I see Eloa taking damage. I think we have a
I think I was on the other.
Is it too late, Ella? Not sure.
Boom.
Don't take anything I say seriously.
Siga says that there should be a quest where you hug 5 bears.
You get a brave over here.
It's titled "It's a Trap."
What was the name of the quest? Oh yeah, okay, it's a trap. And then do you get a title?
Oh, that'd be amazing. Bear hugger.
Make sure not to group with you.
Whoops.
Come on, come on. Is this an officer? Maybe? No? Yes?
Oh, is officer? Is that like a spawn? Like rare spawn or something?
It's a little bit special. No big deal.
Ryan AFK has that title. I wonder how he got it. I hugged at least 3 bears already.
Did you name any of them?
Yeah. Are they still around?
Oh, we got another one. No.
I got the hero aggro.
Bobby made it special.
Yeah, I can't get it off of you.
It's all good.
Hey.
Bearded one.
Yeah, perks of being a dev.
For sure. Oh. Got my sword. The game also have named mobs. Do they follow the dynamic spawn table that you made?
Yes.
Yeah, let's move up into this camp and see if there's.
I got a different hood now.
Oh, you got that?
These
Okay.
camps in particular, for example, there's a lieutenant that can spawn, but he dynamically can spawn between any of multiple.
Oh boy,
shit,
we got
you
3.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me
Good job, Brendan.
pick one. Pick one.
bandit on the left.
All right, mezzing the other ones. Hold tight.
Oh gosh,
Oh, we got
there's
4
4 now.
No, just hold tight. We're all good.
Keep calm.
I can't do any heals at the moment, so it's gonna. All right, I'm gonna try to get a heal off on you. Good.
Remember your health potion. Remember your health potion. Oh no. No, Brendan.
All right, hold on.
Which one? Outlaw?
They're
Just
both
the one
outlaws.
that's not purple. The one that doesn't have the purple. They both got purple now, so just pick one.
Okay, there we go then.
The one that's moving still.
Your healer's down. And that's what happens when you pull too many mobs.
Yeah, they were hiding. Didn't see them behind the tent.
Our epic Saga of Lucimia game. Good.
No, that's not ruin. It makes it.
No, Jordan!
No, we're gonna wipe.
Okay.
Can we get F's in the chat for
Renfail.
Jordan and Renfail?
Keep going.
Hey, Renfail, did you say?
I saw his corpse rise.
We got a freaking
Don't know what
zombie
you're
over
talking
here.
Oh, we got
Someone
another one.
bandaged him.
Still glad I got some midweek Saga of Lucimia. We gotta do this again.
Alright, we can do this.
I'm
We can do
actually
this!
busier during the weekends because I'm in school and I get to work on the
Alright. Hey, if we do this and don't die, everyone has to follow.
weekends.
Oh, there's more.
I pulled at least 2 more. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
That's not my fault! I'm standing still!
Alright, getting Brendan up. And I'll do a heal on Arvazek if I get it off in time.
Gotta help.
Jump back. Okay,
Hey! Remember what I said?
good. Alright, everybody gather around, please.
Sure thing.
I
Yeah.
don't think I'll get all of us with my group here.
Everyone gather around and hit the follow button.
Yeah, hit the follow button for that epic
Subscribe
Saga
if you'd
of
like.
gameplay.
Alright, so it didn't hit Arvazek.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Or
I
Jordan.
might not be able to walk on roads very well or read, but I kill bandits pretty good.
Remember.
Hey, good question. I don't know why I didn't. I was supposed to.
Hey, you guys let me know if you can hear the hammering going on in the background, and I'll mute my mic. We've got the upstairs apartment is being worked on today, apparently.
Don't hear anything.
Good.
Yeah, I forgot to get potions, so that's partially why that went so poorly too.
All right. We may be able to sneak up.
I drank 2 whole potions. I will.
Oh. Hey, wait, I can get my 3rd mastery. I just don't have the money for it.
Oh wait, speaking of that, I hit level 10 on Blade Dancer, so I should have a second
Nice.
ability now.
Nice.
Incoming.
Oops, I hit the wrong ability. Sorry. Messed it. My bad.
You guys are gonna have like any of those like once a day spells?
Coal rock.
Possibly.
Like teleport?
We had, yeah, so I don't remember if you remember from last year's builds.
Oh.
We had what we called the oh shit abilities, and they had like a I think it was a one in-game day, so it was a 3-hour timer. Now there may be something around here for your other quest. You're supposed to be looking for clues for the 8.
Hint. Wink.
Yeah, I'm looking. They said he stole pelts or something.
That was the other quest.
Dang it.
Oh goodness, okay.
What am I missing?
Maybe I'll say something in a minute.
You're getting colder.
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 Oh man, it's like elementary school again.
What?
Oh, you're freezing.
You're going to the North Pole right now.
A little bit warmer. A little warmer.
Starting to get warm.
Oh,
I
know.
Oh gosh, dang.
What?
I'm mezzing the bandit.
I got the crossbow one.
Oh,
Wait, where am I
geez,
supposed to go?
Who cast that? That was cool.
Maybe that's my beautiful spell.
Yeah,
It's probably.
you should use it more.
Here we go.
It's the air rune. You know that rune that no one wanted during the test?
Yeah. It's like
Check
it's like
it out,
the
everyone.
third lowest picked.
So is air for like DPS?
Okay, back to the real game. Colder.
Even though you're by the fire. Oh, hotter.
Colder.
Colder.
Oh, oh.
Colder. Oh,
Yeah.
hot.
Pretty hot.
Colder.
Warm.
What?
Warmer.
Oh my god!
Did you find it? Did you see
I
it there?
found it.
Okay.
Amazing.
Congratulations. Do you remember what books look like?
More evidence.
Oh god. Stop. Don't start this.
do I need to walk into the room and go on camera and show you what a book looks
Yeah, I
like?
guess.
Oh, we got a mob over there. It looks like.
It's a book.
You're going on Turinthale, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he caught me. From here, we can work our way out.
Ah, that I love that spell. Honestly, that's good.
The
Air rune, baby.
lightning bolt, I think is what it's called, or
Yes,
lightning
yes.
storm.
Oh, hello.
Ask Renfell about the VFX on that.
Bolt
thing.
of lightning.
Oh yeah. Did you do the VFX for that one,
Yeah, I did all the VFX that we have currently.
Oh, okay.
That's where they look.
Yeah, I knew you did some. So.
They're a little basic. I'm not a VFX person, but I was able to at least get them working. Ah, and I don't have
The
any health.
advantage are no match for the arm of justice that is Envar Arvizek and friends.
Yes.
Yeah,
Envar Arvizek and
We better
Fred.
get out of here, guys. They're starting to pop again.
maybe we should go up here.
Oh,
Wait,
got an
stop,
add-on.
Renfell.
And I got heal aggro, so good luck. Oh, there you go. Nice.
Boom. Taunted. Double taunted.
Oh,
Add
yeah.
behind
Powerful.
Betsy. Don't touch the
It's
outlaw.
it's the beard. They know
My character has
Man
a
with
beard,
this
so
kind
it's
of
not
beard.
nearly that good.
must be threatening.
Sega says he can't wait till they replace the VFX with a 3-hour CGI.
Speaking of, I think Final Fantasy VII Remake is out on Friday.
Yep.
People are pretty excited about that.
Oh, I've had it pre-ordered for a couple months.
Nice.
Okay, I was like, you're short, but Aloha is definitely shorter than you.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've taken the genius.
Getting some stamina back real quick before you guys.
Uh,
I mean, you should be good for a couple mobs. Just don't pull more than 2.
I should probably get my stamina
Yeah,
back
that's
up
what
as
I'm
well.
We're gonna have any shrinking spells like in EverQuest?
No. Nope.
Those are my favorite spells.
Come on, that
Yeah.
should be fun.
About Dead Man's Floating or something.
Shrinking and augmenting.
I'm sure there's gonna be some type of levitate within like the airline.
Lovely.
Do you
No,
confirm
it's
underwater combat? Are we
shrinking-
gonna have in-air combat?
Yes, there will be. I don't know about in air, but there will definitely be underwater. But
Okay, I'm good.
I wanna fight down among the trees of Rithmai. Or how
I'm
do you
just gonna
say
try to get the one in the camp here.
Rithmai or whatever. Yeah, butchered it.
I would back up to the river.
Backing up.
Okay, we got one.
you got 2. I'm getting the one on the left.
Okay, getting the center one here.
Hey, White Wolf. I appreciate you coming back. This is that game that we were telling you about the other day. So I hope you enjoy what you see.
Indeed.
Any question, just ask.
Yep.
Brendan's
Best to ask when we got the people who know the answers.
Brendan's got a 20% wound. Ouch.
Yeah, I feel it. Feeling it.
Gotta get you back to town. I just healed myself, so I'm gonna get all the aggro. My bad.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you got it.
I do what I can.
It's a beard.
I do what I must because I can.
Bad.
Yeah. Crossbows.
That's a good question. Parth wants to know what quest room you like.
The most
sorts of
awesome, epic.
Coin, faction, gear, relic items. At the moment, they're only coin, because we're in alpha, so we're not doing heavy rewards at the moment.
Hey, green head over here.
Being that quests are so long form and so epic, you can expect the rewards to coincide with that. I'm trying to get this guy, but he's like facing.
Yeah. Epic.
Like-
You get 2 silver.
Yo, he does not.
He's like, I can't see them, so they can't see me, type of thing going on over here.
Hey, I know you killed all
Probably
my friends, but
like
leave
my
me
kid.
piss,
alone.
honestly.
You don't exist.
He was doing this.
Can't see me.
Yeah.
Yes. I know there's not going to be mounts in the game, but can we get AFK a bear mount?
Yeah.
Or
That goes
could we
slower
get
than
like
walking
a
speed.
like a polymorph spell that turns them into
Oh
a bear
boy.
or something?
You will be able to have a stuffed bear for your home. Maybe one day. When
All
will
the
we
bear
do
content.
housing?
Bear plushies.
Yeah. Bear merch, please.
You just go ask Undone for a unique title right
Cash shop.
If you print 100 bear shirts, I guarantee he'll buy all of them. It's guaranteed profit.
I need to get some stamina back.
Yeah, I want to get up out of this camp before we do.
Okay.
Any respawns.
You've convinced me.
He said, I want my head mounted on a bear's cave.
It'll just be like a really bad 2D billboard type thing. Just plastered on it.
Like-
That needs
like
to be
a
an
spray.
item for housing. AFK's head.
And then that one would be called a mounted llama head or something like that.
Looks like my stamina's doing pretty good.
Okay, better mobs. Come on, little bandits. Is there a difference between like the mobs? I know they have different names, like outlaw, brigands. Like, are they actually different, or is it just name that's different?
There is some difference, but they all, I think at the moment, they just have a random name applied, unless they are a certain special type, and then they'll have a different title. But they're just, it's randomly spawned.
Not a corn store, I guess.
Girl looks like a tiefling.
What?
Couldn't even help yourself, Renville, could you?
No, I couldn't.
What?
I don't mind carnival corn dogs, like mustard, they're really delicious, but like everything, all the store-bought ones are just like bleh.
Oh my god. I have no preference, I just want it.
I actually do like the carnival ones.
Someone mail me a corn dog.
That
White
Go
Wolf has a
to
question.
Walmart and pick up one.
$10 for a carnival corn dog.
White Wolf
What is
says,
a carnival corn dog?
I'll answer that in a minute, Wendy. Elwa. No, group size can go up to 8. We just have a 5-man party at the moment. A corn dog is a hot dog with like a breading around it,
And deep fried.
Is it
and
like,
it's deep fried. Well, they
what's
can
the bread
be
you made out of?
baked. Well, it's cornmeal. It's
Okay, that makes sense.
corn based. It usually has honey in it, so it's usually sweet dough. You should Google it. I don't know if you have them in Belgium.
No, I don't
But
think so.
it's a very
Kinda doubt it.
American It's a very American thing, especially
They're
for
pretty
like.
good.
So what John was saying, so if you buy them at the store and you take them home, they're either like microwaved or in the oven and you bake them. But when you like traditional, like if you go to like a carnival or something, they're deep fried like French fries or something, and they are fucking delicious. But the home ones I've never been a fan of.
The question, what would you eat it with though? I mean, Arvizek's definitely with mustard, but I would
Mustard.
say like
7
ketchup
pounds
or
of mustard.
syrup or something.
Mustard and Coca-Cola.
I
Oh,
feel
we
like
got a board.
syrup or ketchup.
We got two
depending on
boards.
my
We got 2
mood.
angry
got
boards.
3.
3 angry
Got
boards.
It's
three
a family
angry
of
boards.
boards.
Oh my god, dude, they
Oh
all,
my goodness, just got
they all came
ambushed.
on at the same time.
Alright, look for the purple and don't touch those.
Just yellow mustard. Just plain yellow mustard.
That's good stuff.
Do they have yellow mustard? Where you
Talking
are?
like a packet, a bite.
Oh crap, stack.
Oh god.
I'm mesmerized.
We're gonna die on the way back to home through New Valley.
No,
here.
we're good. We're good. We're
We
good.
slayed 30 bandits and then died to 3 boards instead.
Vicious animals, another stack.
Another.
That will come in.
Where are all the players clearing out all the
Yeah.
ecology for us?
No, don't attack more.
Oh,
Mistakes were made.
apparently. I love how the stag has a donkey for the picture.
Yeah. We gotta have V take care of that.
This is crazy.
Oh, he's,
Did we do it?
yeah.
We good.
Oh,
We're good.
goodness. We
Sense has
survived.
broken a few times.
I'm gonna have nightmares. Then walking through the forest again.
Someone's just gonna walk
Could
down
chop
the
down every
path and
tree.
see like 50 dead animals in one pile.
AOE's come
Yeah,
later
sounds
if you
not
have
like that.
if you're at least 20, and I think I know water magic has an AOE, fire has an AOE, earth has an AOE.
I have one AoE concussion.
Yeah, they. I think
Okay.
every mage has an AOE at 20. They just do different things. Some are heavy on the damage. Other ones do a stun. Other ones do a slow. So they all kind of do different things. They all have different sub effects.
Yeah, I have performance and I have mesmerizing him, which is an AoE mez. But it's pretty close range. Like things have to be standing around me. So
And it also scales. I think that's something that some people were confused about.
yeah, right now it's probably 3 meters.
Yeah, well, I mean, it scales for mobs. It goes from 3 to 8. So depending on where you're at, depends on how many you'll hit with it.
White Wolf wants to know if you need a drink.
Nope.
How big are like, so like I see my bow is like a 1d4, like is that like the lowest dice we'll get? Like will we get
Hold
like
on.
multiple
What's
events?
1d4?
My bow, I think?
It's actually no. Your ability might be 1d4.
Nope, I-
The bow. Are you talking about the actual bow itself or your abilities?
It says dice 1d4 when I look at my short bow that I started
Oh,
out with.
that's because it's a short bow. Okay. That's
Okay, yeah. Longbow I assume is bigger.
I think Hemvar, you have a longbow, don't you?
No,
wait.
because I don't have enough dex to wield it.
Oh, I was gonna say because my brother said he crafted one for you the other day, so I checked the damage on the longbow. I think the longbow is 1d6 or 1d8.
Yeah, I don't know that. So is 1d4 like the lowest a weapon would have, and like how which?
I
what's
think at the
biggest
moment,
effect
yeah,
up
but
to,
we'll
like,
probably scale things a little bit. But yeah, 1d4 is the lowest any weapon will have.
And are you gonna get like multiples, or are you gonna have like 2d8 or something? Or, like,
We're actually in the process of discussing how we want to scale things. We're not sure if we're going to scale it that way, or if we're going to scale it a different way. So we're not exactly sure yet.
Okay. So Gildan wants us to go to abandoned encampment now,
I know
Yeah.
how I want to do it, but
which is the forts, I think, is what everyone calls them.
Yeah, that's not going to happen with this group. Sorry.
Yeah.
Good play. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, we could kick up there. No, that's cheating.
Wait, but
We're
I
gonna
want to
make
go
you
on that.
suffer.
I want to go on that in that cave up there by the bridge.
I don't
Favorite
know.
place. So RFP 1d6 is just like one 6-sided dice. So
Yeah. So for those of you who are not familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, anytime you say 1D something, it just means one. I hear dice shaking.
Yep.
It's one die of that type. So if you say 1D4, it's a 4-sided die. If you say 1D6, it's a 6-sided die. 1D20 is 20. If you say 2D6, it means 2 6-sided dice. If you say 4 D8s, then it's 4 8-sided dice.
Yeah, D6 is what you play Yahtzee with.
I haven't played Yahtzee in years. Wow.
Farkle.
What?
Good old
Farkle?
Farkle.
I've never heard of Farkle.
Love that game.
Dude, Brendan is the homie. Yeah, I got my dice bag out to show. This is a D8. Like, my mace is a D8, so...
I feel like the short bow should be 1D6. I don't know why it's a 1D4. Can you check your bank real quick, Hembar, and tell me what the longbow is?
It's a 1D8.
Okay, yeah, the short bow's not correct. I need to put that on my notes because just found another bug.
You're welcome.
Okay, now you can make your title Bug Hunter to me.
Oh.
6.
I actually think I am.
So,
have that
what
thing
does
sounded.
1d6 means? You need to consider that you're rolling a dice, and then it will be a dice with 6 number, so from 1 to 6. So that means that you're rolling 1 dice, and it can be anything between 1 to 6. If it's 2d10, it will be 2 dice. You're rolling 2 dice with 10 numbers on it.
Were you muted? Because we just explained that a minute ago.
Never mind.
I gotta tease you.
White Wolf wants to know if there's a map.
There is a world map, and that's it.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, look for yourself. You gotta look out the window and draw your own maps. Very detailed ones.
The only thing that should be 1D4 is daggers, and I don't even think we have
That's
daggers.
what I was thinking. We don't have daggers in yet.
No, they're not in at the moment, so I don't know why the short bow is showing up as 1D4, so that's definitely something we need to fix.
Oh, White Wolf, the only map is just for the world.
That's it. One world map, nothing more.
I mean, I have maps of all the areas.
Super secret maps.
Okay. You just rub it in.
They actually look pretty nice too. They're, got my map making tool and.
Dang, dude. Don't say that. We're crazy, man. They're gonna offer you money for it.
Now you know where the real money's gonna be made.
Before the game's even out.
Merchandise shop. Speaking of which, we sold another map.
That's
You
right.
guys want it?
Yep.
Yeah, I bought it, honestly.
I was gonna say, I thought it was you.
I was like, yeah, I planned on getting one in January. I said, you know what? I should probably get this one.
Yeah, because I think there's only, I don't know how many are left. 6?
I shall mail it forthwith.
I think there's only like half left or so. So yeah, they're getting the supplies are getting pretty thin.
Mhm.
Are we allowed
And
to
we-
show that on stream when it gets here?
Sure. Yeah, totally.
Oh, you hear that, guys? One exclusive
Yeah.
Saga of Lucimia stuff. Watch Hemvar.
Yeah, there's only a handful of the maps left, and I think there might be 5 or 6 of the signed books left as well. But once those are done, we won't be doing any more for at least till launch, so a year and a half at least.
And they shall be limited.
And are those maps going to be a different map?
No, we'll probably use, and hopefully we'll be able to use the same printer because they were a pretty good company to work with.
Do you remember
But
that
it's going to be like, what's that?
Do you remember what the company was called?
Geeks and Sundry, I think. No, that's
Was it them? No, that was no.
I'm thinking of the wrong people. Hang on.
They Geeks and
Don't-
Sundry, I think, uses them.
I got a longbow now.
It's like nerdery or like nerd something. Geekify?
Geekify.
I'll make sure to
Geekify. It's
remember that when I
Geekify.
make
Thank
my
you.
own maps of Lucimia.
It is Geekify. They're a company out of Colorado, out of Denver. And I actually found them because there was company. So I'm an older fellow. When I say older, I'm 40, but I grew up on adventure games from Sierra and LucasArts. And a lot of these old time, like they're in their mid 60s now, but a lot of these people who made some of the adventure games that I grew up with did a bunch of Kickstarters over the last decade. So the people behind the Quest for Glory games, Lori and Corey Cole, did a Kickstarter for a game called Hero University. And I backed the game on Kickstarter. It was a fun little adventure game, and they used Geekify for all their box stuff. And so when I saw that's who they were using, I went to their website, and they do some really cool stuff. Like they do a bunch of 3D printing, they do custom covers for books, they do like some really cool just arts and crafts stuff, and they also do maps. So yeah.
Cool.
I have to look into it.
All right, I've got about 30 minutes left, and I have to then take a short break because I have another stream coming up at 6. So I'd say if we've got any other questions, I'm happy to hang out for the next 30 minutes and just answer questions and stuff, but we probably don't have enough time to do any more serious adventuring.
Bet I'm gonna swim that bridge.
We can run and see how far we get.
Oh wait, Drew, do you want to have a race to the
That's
bridge?
a long run, honestly.
Go.
Alright, we're
Just
going.
kidding. Okay, I'll go with you.
I know,
Alright, let's do
I'll
it.
go.
See how long it takes.
Alright, everybody ask Renfield questions while we run to the bridge.
You can see the beautiful scenery.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's-
is the sun setting?
Mm-hmm.
Sure is.
Ooh.
Parth wants to know if there
Oh.
will be weather and if it will affect combat visibility or movement.
Combat visibility, yes. Movement, I doubt.
The torch is out, boys.
Just wait till you see darkness, White Wolf.
Kinda scared of it.
So is that gonna?
I'm
is that,
gonna
like,
die
a possible
already.
Spell? Darkness. I know you're talking about like nighttime, but.
Yeah.
I want a necromancer. Be a necromancer.
There's a hilarious video of Tim back in the earlier days, and he's running around at night, and all of a sudden it starts raining, and he didn't know this, but Bobby had just put lightning, like thunderstorms in, and a bolt goes off, and he freaks out.
Yeah, it was pretty
It's pretty
intense. I
funny.
was not ready for that at all.
Oh, what?
I think I remember that video.
That's funny. Jerry Town has a question. He says, so this is skill-based. Is endurance a thing and does it improve more cardio?
Nope.
Gary helped me kill Ralos Sek for the other day.
Ooh, nice.
It used to be a very, very difficult fight.
For some reason it
I
teleported him
love you.
somewhere else, and I ended up just feigning death and floating down slowly to him because I was scared.
I'm trying to think of like the hardest encounter over the years, because I played everything in EverQuest, during when it was actually coming out and fresh. So there was no walkthroughs or anything else. I think the hardest thing we did was getting into Vexthal, I think, in the Lukeland expansion.
He said
Not the
Wrath
sleeper?
Council was long, had macros for days.
No, we didn't ever do the sleeper. Another guild did the sleeper on our server.
Are you going straight up through the wild, Arvazek?
You bet. I'm swimming, dog.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna die.
You.
This is how I did it last time.
I don't
solo.
think Arvazek never found the road that goes to the bridge. So.
Do you want to? We could show you where the road.
No.
Okay.
This is
Swimming's
more
not
on
very
brand
quick.
for me to do it this way. Let's be honest.
Okay.
Problem is
I'm trying to earn those follows. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fall.
You're gonna.
Swim. Excuse me, swimming is so slow.
Dude. Okay. The thing is,
There's
no one's
Ella,
gonna
keep on.
outrun me. I swim so fast. Leave me alone.
I'm staying on the road.
You guys are cowards. I hear a bunch of cowards.
Well, I think they followed. Who followed him? Who followed Arvazek?
I'm letting my actions speak for me.
Okay.
Theater elf. It's not about
The dude
speed.
flows
Slow
in
and
the
steady
middle.
wins the race. You follow the road, you get attacked by 7 boars, no one's gonna stop and save you. And I'm in the water, just with myself, I'm fine.
For now. Just wait till we add piranhas.
All right, well, when beta comes out, I won't be doing it this way.
Killer eels, river eels.
Okay, don't make this a problem.
Oh.
Gary
75
wants to
points.
know if swimming improves with practice.
Not at the moment. Yes, long term, but we have it turned off for the moment for a variety of reasons, most related to just animation. We don't have an animator on staff, so we've got some
Closing in on that, though. I don't know if we're going to be able to get over there this way.
Okay, let me tell you how I did it last
I
time.
have done it
even
before,
though it was
but
a bug.
it's not. Yeah, it's not easy.
I got to the bridge, and then I started climbing up the mountain, and I died, and I teleported to the port, and then I could just walk on it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
The old Ranger port.
weight encumbrance will not only affect your swimming speed, it will also affect whether or not you can even swim in the first place. If you're too heavy, you will drown.
Awesome. Well, maybe that's a little too early, but like the different races have different.
yeah, that's what Jerry's asking.
I missed the last part of the question. Let me just check chat real quick. Oh, in terms of, was the latter part of your question, are the races going to have like underwater abilities?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
No.
so would, like,
Yeah, did
I know
Warhead
that
have
this isn't a
underground
race that you're
abilities?
planning on having, but, like, you know, Ixars can breathe underwater, right? There's gonna be
Yeah,
nothing
we don't.
like that.
We don't have anything like that, so
Yeah.
no.
Well, and I guess that's a good question that Jerry asked. How long could any one race stay underwater? Because they can't go underwater right now, but
I don't think we've defined that yet.
yeah.
Man, I feel like I'm going to die on the road. Am I alone?
Hey
I
Jerry,
hope you are.
Deviator gave an explanation for
I'll
why
come
you got
find you.
teleported to catch Q. Are you already ready?
It's quiet, too quiet, and the eerie sound effect's playing right now.
Hey, it's not quiet here. It's loud.
Yeah,
There's water running.
T for torches.
Yeah.
Can't, I'm
I like
underwater.
the
Oh, should I put my torch out?
Where are you?
Darkness is my old friend.
I tried to go after Arvizek, but he was
He
too far
evaded you.
gone.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
can out.
He's probably in the underworld at this point.
And this is the one place your beard can't save you.
It drags me down.
Hey Hemvar, we're all in range now. What's up, everybody? See?
Wait, I don't even know where I am.
No, I just wanted to go next to the river. What have you done?
We were pleasantly on the path.
Yeah, it was nice. It was shady.
So everybody needs to grab rocks and throw them at this swimmer.
No,
Yes.
I don't even. Where are you? I was like,
I'm
Oh, no, I
swimming.
almost
Don't
fell
worry
in.
about me.
this is probably the showcase you were expecting. Huh?
Somewhere
I
up.
was like swimming to the bridge.
Oh, that's interesting.
Can you see us over to your right, Arvizek?
I was
Like
looking.
our torches.
Like, I cannot see you through the fog. Oh, you're way over there,
I can't see you guys.
even with the torches out.
Yeah, but look at how much prettier my view is. Like, look at this.
You
You're
say
right in front of us, but I think you're just all the way over on the other side of the river. Oh, you guys.
Deviator doesn't-
left me.
So, White Wolf asked if there was trade skills. It's already been answered, but
Yes.
how do they work?
They're,
Is everything
yeah, it's a very rudimentary system at the moment because it's alpha, but crafting's one of the big systems being worked on right now. It's if you've ever played Vanguard Saga of Heroes before it went under, the front-facing client side aspect of it, so the mini game and the harvesting and everything is going to be very similar to that, inspired by that system. And then the back end, all the materials and their properties and everything are inspired by Star Wars Galaxy. So we've got a little bit of blend going on.
That's what Jerry asked me the other day, if there was anything to do, or if it was any way similar to Star Wars Galaxy.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be similar. I mean, it's definitely our own system, but, you know, just inspiration and what we found is fun and what we really want to accomplish for our players. I think it's people are going to be really pleasantly surprised, and they're really going to fall in love with it. You know, anyone who likes crafting is going to lose their mind.
There's the beautiful statue of my main man, Big C.
So I'm actually gonna 1 second. Let's see.
Oh, what are you doing right now?
Don't toy with me.
Oh, Tristan.
No! God! No! Let me back in. Let me back in the water.
No! I'm falling.
I went back
I was
in.
gonna have you show off the view from up here.
Well, there's the view, everybody. I gotta get back to where I belong. I'm an aquatic
Oh, come
folk.
on.
Anyone
Yeah,
know
that's
who
what I
the
thought.
statue in the middle of the bridge is?
It's Big C, isn't it?
Big C.
It is, I've never heard him called that before. That's
Me
funny.
either. That's the first time I've.
He's Big C, that's what we know him as.
I don't actually know how to say his name. I can't. I don't know if it's Chow. Okay,
Sheldon.
yeah, I didn't know. Some people like, you know, in the CH is a cut sound, so it's like.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are way
Oh,
closer
bear.
to the
Oh, I just got one shot by
It
a
sounds like
bear.
it's your problem, Brendan.
Oh,
I just
Still,
got
hold up.
mauled.
We got a bear over there. The bear's like standing over here.
oh, sounds like people on land are having problems.
Where's the sea bear?
I seem to be doing fine.
Yeah, can we do a beer? I don't know if we're
No,
ready for that.
we cannot do a bear.
Hey, everybody, shout out to Big C,
The Big C.
protecting me.
He's
Oh, God.
okay. Whew.
Okay.
I thought
you
that
do-
was the bear again.
There are no experience points in our game. Who asked that question? White Wolf 24. There are no experience points in our game. Therefore, you do not
Oh,
lose
gosh.
any experience points.
So what is the drawback for dying now?
I'm not gonna die. Oh,
So-
crap.
All right. So Hembar just died. Well, he fell unconscious.
He got
Not
knocked
actually have death.
unconscious.
And if you look at his health bar, he has a 10% number, and that's what we call a wound. So he has a 10% reduction to his health point pool. And the more times you die, the more that can accumulate. And in order to get rid of that, you need to find a campfire and rest at a campfire.
Gary Town wants to know if there's old naked corpse running.
No, there are no corpse runs. We do have a hybrid system, so to speak. Like when you die, you don't die, you fall unconscious. But let's say someone's not around to get you up again, then you would respawn at like the nearest spawn point, and all of your gear stays with you, but you do leave your backpack in the wild, and your backpack has all your coin in it and anything like potions or gear that you had accumulated during your adventuring session. And you can choose to go back and get that bag, or you could just sacrifice the bag and give up whatever contents were in it. It's a little more complicated than that, but why am I taking damage?
Because you got a dot on you.
Yeah, but it's been on me for a long time.
Yeah, it's like a minute or two.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hopefully I don't run into any goblins.
Hey, I don't know about y'all, but I'm almost... I haven't seen a single bear.
Okay, that works. Gonna be queasy for another 30 minutes.
No! What? Come on, man!
I was just sitting.
It's not fair.
Big C, man. Sheldon.
Yeah, there's the Big
Consulting
C.
the Book of Knowledge and the Book of Life.
Yeah.
Yes. White Wolf gear does take damage. The blue shield on his nameplate represents your total armor class. Each individual item has an armor class value. When you take damage, some of that damage is absorbed by your armor, and as that happens over time, your armor takes damage.
I like the way that the beard catches the light there, Brendan.
It does,
Thank you.
Gary, it does cap out at 80% wounds is the current cap.
Where is this? Oh, there's no.
You fully expect a skeleton in the water in the game. When you highlight it, it says artisan.
Oh man, I haven't been over here since they added the food
market?
cards and market stuff.
But that
Like,
wasn't
I'm-
there last time I was
Oh,
Yeah.
there. Sea guy and Park Dolphin, yep. Frog Lock usually. I'll take dolphin.
Okay, and so let's see. If you went right, that would take that one
fort.
side of the river. Yeah, wherever that. I don't know. What'd you call it earlier? Jimmy? I think a ranger thing that was that.
Ranger port,
Is that what it
where
is?
you quote unquote you get knocked unconscious and then you release and you go
Oh.
to a different spot. Because there's different like safe zones or whatever where you wake up after someone has dragged
Oh,
you
yeah,
back
yeah.
to a safe spot. So if you got this far and you died, you'd probably wake up in the military encampment.
Oh, that's what you
went-
call it,
I
military.
spawned there once,
I'm
and
trying to see
I
a troll.
fell to death in the dark. But the troll's on the other part of the bridge where the cave was, I think.
Well, I'm going.
Wheelers, I guess.
I'm on my way. Hey, White Wolf, glad you feel that way. Feel free to use our link to buy the game. Sure, Humanoids will post that forth.
No,
Gives us-
we're not taking the left path. The left
Yeah.
path is dangerous.
Yes, it's dangerous. That sounds like you could say that out of context and it would still be the same.
Derry says,
So
you
I
mentioned
have
a
to-
troll. Do those require a specific...
Every different type of monster and NPC in our game has different types of resists and weaknesses, strengths, weaknesses. So if you think about it that way, yeah, some creatures have extremely high armor class. You're going to have to get through their armor class before you can start doing damage to them. You have to wear them down, basically. Others will be extremely resistant to slashing, but not to piercing. Others are extremely resistant to fire, but not to acid, so on and so forth. So, yeah, there's lots of different resists and things going on, as well as immunities.
Would it be a bridge if it didn't have a troll? Not a true bridge, at least. Bridge is so big.
I wanted to put a troll roaming around on the bridge, but we thought that might be a bit too dangerous for the players.
I'm not a stupid.
So wait, which direction, like cardinal direction is this one?
I
Is
have
it
no
east?
idea.
We are
So-
going west-ish.
You
I
hope
think-
we're going
like
Are you
west.
sure?
northwest.
I thought we were going north east.
No, we're definitely not going east.
Going northwest-ish.
Hey,
if we're
and
going
I'm the
right
one
way.
who can't read. I'm the one who doesn't know his direction.
Oh, this would be west, huh? Yeah, you're right. Oh, this is where I fell to death. Oh, I was up on that ridge on the left. Alright.
You fell to
Okay.
death off of that cliff.
Yeah.
The big cliff.
It was dark, okay, I couldn't see it. I torched out for some reason.
Is there no path here?
There
Like,
should be. There was last time I was here.
Oh, it's right here.
I'm just
It's
blind.
this rock.
It's just different terrain.
There's this rock
right
and
here.
mud. I can't even tell. Too down.
Don't worry
I have
about
not been over in this area yet.
Where's Alola at? Oh,
On the
she's
bridge, I think. I saw her torch back there somewhere.
it. I see it.
Is it the short bridge,
I'm
or-
just behind.
That's what I love too. Like when you look out at the distance, you can see other groups going around if they have their torches out at night. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, and what's nice was the nameplate that disappears distance is that sometimes you're not sure if it's a player or bandit somewhere. You need to watch how they're walking. No, that's a player. It's
Or-
definitively a player.
Yeah, or if they're coming for you. It's like, and it's also confusing sometimes too, because there might be somebody coming towards you to buff you, but you don't know that. You can't see the nameplate, so it's like you're panicking. There's a group of 5 people running at me. Are they bandit?
Derry wants to know
Yeah.
if this is open PvP.
No PvP at all. It's 100% PvE only.
Except if you look at our April Fool's posts.
Yeah.
All those years
From
ago.
like 5 years
Yeah.
ago.
It's the
We haven't
troll
done it in a
baby.
while, and every year it comes up, and every year someone's like, "I was so excited for this game, and
Oh,
now I see it's full PvP,
Oh, wow.
full loot." And
There's people that at least once a week or once every couple weeks will come into the forums and be like, "This is bullshit. Like I thought this was gonna be a PvE game, and now you're saying it's PvE. I'm done. I can't believe you trainered me like that." It's like, yeah, check the date, man. It was like April 1st, 2015, I think.
Yeah,
Derry
it's like
seems to
ages
like it.
ago.
Derry seems to like that it is.
I personally don't like PvP, so
Nobody
Yeah,
on our
same.
team likes PvP. So yeah. Plus, there's
So-
plenty of other games.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's so many options, and if you're seeking for good PvP games currently in development, I would recommend you Ashes of Prey.
This looks a lot better than it did last time I was here. When there was no texture at all then. So,
Oh, were you here when it was still just gray boxes?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
And
nice!
then I
I've
clicked
never
through
been
something
here.
and died because damn.
So this is something that it's not populated yet, but I don't know if we're going to do it later this month or if it's just going to be later this summer, but it just depends on bug fixes and all that other stuff. But this will eventually be the next major hub that you come to after the starting village.
I'm writing a quest for here right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and the Aiden's Dilemma quest will eventually lead you to here.
What?
Yeah,
No
it
more,
looks really nice.
no more white mist hill and Mayor Johan.
What was that, Eloa?
No, I was just teasing.
Oh, I didn't even hear you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me either. Sorry.
I was saying I was so sad that we were going to put Johan
Oh.
and Erin.
We'll have Johan the Second here.
Nice.
His brother,
This is
also named Johan.
You could
This
just
is
be like,
probably as good a place as any to wrap it up. We got about 10 more minutes left, so if anybody has any final questions, you can get those answered.
Jerry wants to know if we're gonna or if you're going to program little critters to meander around the world, and if they'll be killable with little bits of that could be used for cooking or something.
There's already plenty of critters. There's like there's rabbits and foxes, and we'll have badgers and things of that nature. And yes, all animals will be able to be either skinned for their hides
Or
you'll
meat.
be able to- well, there's three. There's hides, there's meat, and then there's their bones. So depending on what harvesting mastery you have, you'll be able to get different things from the corpse of the animal.
Arvazek wants bone armor.
Hey, White Wolf, yeah. So for quests, you know, a lot of the times when you start a quest, you might be able to do the first part or couple parts by yourself to like get more information. But like we explained before, quests are really long form. So as you go through different parts of the quest, different quest objectives in that campaign, if you will, are going to be difficult. Some of them aren't going to be as difficult. It's really an adventure for you to experience, to you know, invite people along with you when you need help, and when you can do something on your own, you don't need to. But ultimately, yeah, every quest is probably going to need you to group up at some point.
You can think of it like Dungeons and Dragons. You don't play Dungeons and Dragons by yourself. You play Dungeons and Dragons with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different people. So there's actually, I think, a post up on our website. I think it's called "What Defines Epic Story," and I analyze the entire Lord of the Rings series, specifically looking at the Fellowship of the Ring, as not the book, but the actual Fellowship, and how at one point, you know, Gandalf goes off and does something by himself, and he has a solo adventure, and then Merry and Pippin are off on a duo adventure, and Frodo and Sam have a duo adventure, and then there's Legolas and Gimli, and they go off and have a duo adventure, and then you have things like Moria, the Mines of Moria, and it's a full group dungeon encounter, and then there's Helm's Deep, which is a raid encounter. So if you look at the entirety of the Lord of the Rings as a whole and what the Fellowship goes through, you can see elements of solo play, you can see elements of duo adventures, trios and quads, as well as full groups and raids, and all of those things combined create the epic adventure that is the Lord of the Rings. So when you think about what is Saga of Lucimia, it's a setting, and within that setting we have campaigns. Campaigns are our version of quests. So we don't have quest hubs, we don't have experience points, we don't have fetch quests, so you're never going to be asked to go get 5 wolf tails or 10 orc scalps and bring them back to town. It's going to be, no, you're going to do this step, and that's going to lead you to the next step, and These are adventures that are meant to be played over multiple sessions over time.
My favorite part of the franchise I'm looking forward to is Saga of Food.
Oh, the cookbook or the in-game cooking?
Oh, this is a cookbook.
Yeah, that's on hold at the moment. So we
Yeah,
actually,
I know.
I did a bunch of the recipes and everything, and then we had this idea because there's this. It's funny because I started watching this guy like 4 years ago. I can't remember the name of his channel, but John randomly linked it to me, and I was like, dude, that's the guy I was telling you about. So there's this guy on YouTube who does 18th century colonial recipes, and he does it all in full costume. And he's been doing it for, I think it's Townsend, I think is the name of his YouTube channel. And he does stuff for films and TV series as well, costumes and the like. But when I was looking at his show, I was like, you know what we need to do is instead of just doing the cookbook, we'll do the cookbook, but then we're going to turn around and we're going to film like 20 or 30 episodes for a YouTube series where we're going to have recipes that we cook on these like short films where we're all in costume, like doing it in character, like, oh look, it's Dragon Balls, you know, or something. I don't know, you know, Tale of a Newt. So, but yeah, I mean, I've got I think like 30 recipes in the cookbook so far.
That's how much would you be looking at before you released it? I don't know.
There's no timeline now. I mean, I would need another year to finish getting all the recipes together and doing all the photography. And then there's putting together the book, and yeah, that's a 2-year project minimum.
Okay, well, I want a signed copy when you come out.
Are there
So we
any
can give it
long
away.
duration buff spells? Yes, there are. We only have one. I think there's one buff in at the moment called Rock Skin from the Earth line of magic. I think it lasts 15 minutes to start, and it scales up from there.
There's going to be all kinds of stuff like that. I mean, we want players relying on each other for things, so we're hoping that people will gather at like taverns and whatnot before they go out on their adventures and get their buffs from their fellow players and go out on adventures. So
Like a tip in an entertainer in Star Wars Galaxies. Give me all the buffs. Wasted a lot of time. That's just running around buffing people.
That's not a waste.
yeah.
Make sure y'all follow, and if anyone's in chat, we'll be playing more Saga of Lucimia.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably do another stream here in another week or two. And like I said, if you guys need more information, they've got a link down below, which is an affiliate link. So if you're gonna, you know, go research things, everything else, if you want to join, you can. Just make sure you use their link to support them, because they do get a commission on all the sales that come through them. But we're kicked off stage 3 last Friday, and we got the next test sessions coming up this weekend. We've got, is it 3 more this week? This month, excuse me? Yeah, 3 more this month. I got too many irons in the fire. There's 3 more tests weekends this month, and then we go back to weekly tests on Wednesday nights for the next few months, and then we'll have another big release. I don't know when yet, probably 3 or 4 months from now. The next big release, which will probably have the next iteration of the crafting system, so people can actually come in and like beat the crafting system to death. But for those who are part of early access, we test every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central, and then we're doing these weekend tests to kick off stage 3 now that we're in stage 3 alpha. So all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's a wrap. So I'm gonna bring the servers down here.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to everybody for coming along.
We appreciate
Yeah.
you for having us.
You know,
Letting us
Really do. It was fun.
Absolutely. Our pleasure. Thank you.
Just fun.
We'll have to talk more later, Hervizek.
Okay, sounds good. We have a Discord in the stream links down below if you want to join it, Drinden. Renfield's already in.
my brother said to tell Himvar. Where did he put it? Hang on, I gotta go.
Something
find
about
it.
you owe him your first child for that bow
Yeah, he
or
said
something
you owe
like
him
that.
your firstborn.
Oh yeah, I told him I would.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice that he remembers.
I'm
He's holding
sure
it
he won't
against you.
forget. Yeah, I'm sure he will not forget.
I'm just gonna take the time to call everybody out because that's what I do. Everybody who's been in my stream knows that I like to read the chat list and say, please follow me. So I'm gonna do that right now. Hope everyone's ready. Bearded Scowl, you've been here the whole stream, man. What's up? I know you want to follow. How about you, Boreal? I think you left one of the first questions in the chat. Love you. Gus8445. That's a long number. Like your name. Hiltwan, appreciate you stopping by, and then I'm pretty sure everybody else already followed. So,
Oh, hello, John. How are you doing?
homies. Alright. So, as Renfail said, go ahead and look at that link in our description. They have forums there if you ever want to hop on there and ask them or any other players questions. And in the meantime, we'll schedule another stream with them, and then I'll get that posted on our schedule, and I will, I'm sure, nonstop bother everybody who pops into this stream about it. So, until that time, we appreciate you watching this stream.
Yeah, thank you everybody. Thanks for questions. Thanks for the turnout.
Bye bye. Take care.
Good one.